for Team Liquid, the favourites in this matchup. But if they start off poorly on map 1, who knows what could happen.
Well, Joseph's side from Liquid will be the T side. Love to see it. They're looking to set the pace and get off to some early momentum pretty quickly here. Not really much happening from Liquid. They are just holding the extremities toward upper tunnel, towards long, maybe anticipating some aggression. As for Cloud9, they're very much split up all over the place as well. They've secured that long control.
Well, a bit of a slower play already from Team Liquid. More or less happy to set up and watch mid.
They're throwing a smoke onto the doors here and some flashes into the B side. So potentially try to draw out some rotations, of which they haven't really done so. Ideally, they were looking to pull that rotation off mid, and now Liquid setting up for this catwalk play. Smoke onto CT, some flashes over the top, and pressure on JT now.
Ooh, and he's got a nice line, but that flash as well to put him back in. Nav fully blinded, unable to deal with him for now as JT dances back into CT. MOTM going to be trying to fight here, but he cannot get back around the corner, so it's back to the 4-on-4 for the post plant.
The P shooters, they just whittle him down.
This is death by 1,000 cuts, and now these C9 players coming straight up catwalk.
Well, that's not 1,000 cuts. That's just 1, 2, bang, bang headshots from OC, Naf, and Elige to try and salvage this one for Team Liquid in the 2-on-4, and some sharp shots being hit here by Naf. Not nearly enough, though, because their numbers too advantageous for Cloud9, and they'll win the pistol.
Just wasn't enough, was it?
It wasn't enough.
Why do you only do it for the first map, and then you don't stay consistent over the maps? Pilly, I have to ask you right now. We've got to deal with it at the start of the show. If you're not doing it by the third map,
Mac, don't bring it up. Don't derail the cast.
I'm doing it.
We've already derailed the cast one round in.
What's this line of inquiry from you,
He
Mac?
shouldn't have said the stupid pun. Anyway, all right, second round. Cloud9, what do you got to close this down, Team Liquid? They've gone for a couple of hero AKs just tossed across.
Yeah, the force buy, fair bit of utility. Modem pushing straight up middle into a deagle though, and the flashbang is fantastic. Puts him onto the line to actually get a double there with the Famous.
Whoa, alrighty. Stu.
Hang on a second. He's not allowed to do that.
Well, he's
Hang on.
almost going to get a third there.
How that round could have started to pan out had Stewie hit that shot onto Floppy. Man, that could have really turned things back on its head. Elige, to be fair, still does have an AK, and that gives him a chance in this round. Always like a bit of the hero AK, see what can happen.
He's got no armor, that's the problem. And unfortunately, he just gets aim punched and thrown out of the server there. I watched a pretty cool video on Elige the other day. Did you guys see that one?
I don't know what one you're referring to,
He
but
had a
no.
little doco.
I don't think I watched it, no.
You should give it a watch. It's pretty cool.
Look, there's so much to watch.
He's a karate kid.
You keep telling me every day we come in, you're like, you should watch this, you should watch this. And then I look at it and it's like a 3-hour-long podcast.
It's 20 minutes.
Well,
You got 20 minutes, Jordan, to learn about Elige's kung fu skills?
after this, I'm going to go home and I'm going to go to bed.
Just put it on while you're falling asleep.
Yeah, just listen while you're asleep.
I'll
man.
have a dream about Elige.
Multitasking.
Would it be the first
Oh,
No
OC.
comment.
Dealing with this push-up short nicely as Sonic comes in to pick up the scraps, and that's going to be an easy third round. C9 looking good out of the gates, but Team Liquid able to finally purchase up.
It is against pistols, and obviously the last round was a bit of a force buy through from Liquid, so it wasn't their perfect buy. But I got to say, right now, Cloud9 are going about Dust2 in a pretty good way.
Well, they're being pretty aggressive is the thing, and it's clear that they want to set the tempo here and just get in the face of Liquid. So I really like that approach from them. Let's see if it continues working or whether Liquid will start to cotton on a little bit more and start to punish some of this aggression. Cloud9 with the 4-man setup towards the A side do secure that long control with the double molly, now dropping the smoke. So rotations coming out back out in towards middle side as Liquid running their default, starting to move through the map now. Take that catwalk control potentially, of which they really have anyone to contest with. As you can see on the side of Cloud9, there is no AWP in this round. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Liquid on this T side. They're not really using very much utility to be able to take this map control. You can see they've still got quite a wealth of grenades.
Certainly do. This grenade probably going to deal a decent amount of damage to Grim. But Cloud9 have run out of pretty much all of their substantial utility. They've got a few counter flashes if the entry does come in from Liquid, but nothing to stop them anymore.
Yeah, and they're just going to give up Catwalk and fall into this mid to B setup. They're trying to defend mid to B or a long take. Now you can see Cloud9, they don't have a whole lot of info, and they know they're weak to this Catwalk push, so they're just going to completely give up the A site. They're going to take long control. So essentially, where we're at now is that Team Liquid, they're taking this A site. They want to get themselves into a good post plant. They don't have very much utility. And Cloud9, they pretty much have the rest of the map and a handful of flashes to try to get them into this round.
Well, let's see if they can at least get up short here. JT at close range with one of the said flashes. And just on the Famis, he's just going to fall back for the moment. Molly thrown a little bit early there from
That was the last grenade that Liquid had.
So now, pretty much out of everything. Splashes around the corner. Nap anti and only able to get a single. It's a 2-for-2 trade though. Stewie dealing with long no. Sonic, he somehow dodged that bullet. Awkward shots coming out. And Stew's going to be last alive. Modem coming up short.
No.
He falls as now it's Sonic to try and clutch Stew.
Oh,
And you've got no scope this time. And there's just enough time on the clock for C9 to get a fourth on the board.
Well, he's got no one to blame but himself there, unfortunately. It was a straightforward shot for Stewie, and he needs to be hitting those if they're going to win the round. 4-0 for Cloud9. Sonic punishes him for the mistake.
Yeah, just unfortunately not taking that extra couple of seconds to recalibrate, hit that high percentage shot, just rushing things a little bit. That allows Cloud9 to win that one-on-one and head up to that 4-0 status, but with the bomb plant, Liquid will be able to buy once again. No AWP, but good utility, and now this round, they choose to contest long, and in the meanwhile, Cloud9 starting to push up middle yet again, continuing this aggression.
Liquid, for their own right, don't have a terrible buy. They've got AKs out across the board. It's not quite as much utility as what they had last round, but it's enough. And they've taken control of long immediately. So, again, good early map control being established for Liquid.
I like this setup from Cloud9 as well. You can see Modem at top mid, and OC's just holding the top and mid for him on that deep line. Sonic was supporting before, but now that long take does start to come out. Modem shifting across to top mid.
Might not have gotten the timing right, but does still win the duel against Elige and doesn't even take a lick of damage.
It's like really good prep from Cloud9, well aware of where the gaps lie. Liquid now completely out of utility, investing their last two smokes on the cross.
Oh, and JT has that counter util as well to play around. Let's see if he can maybe snag a headshot. Twist's going to be spotted there at Car, and it looks like C9 setting up for the retake over towards Wizard short, perfectly positioned. MOTM going to be coming in on the flank there at long as Stu tries to cover it. MOTM just tapping away. That's two already. And it's a 4-on-2 for Team Liquid to try and play out of. Twist, he goes down. It's a 1-for-1 for him. Grim unable to get any more done other than the single trade. And two alive at the end, but C9 5 in a row.
Yeah, impressive stuff so far from Cloud9. They've forced the early timeout as well from Team Liquid. So maybe Liquid's a little bit rattled.
Let us see if Mr. Moses can part the sea of Cloud9 rounds for Team Liquid with this tactical timeout.
That was a biblical reference.
I don't know, like Cloud9 looking pretty switched on today, lads. They are not coming into this one too slowly, as we've seen in a couple of the other series, potentially. Really looking like they're here to play.
Well, MOTM looking like man of the round.
He's been pretty aggressive. He's been up mid almost every single round. I like the setups that Cloud9 are throwing against Liquid's Dust2. You know, they seem well aware of what Liquid wants to do on this default and how to read them, and they're making all the right pushes at the right times. They're investing their utility. They're dominating mid control. You can see it once again. Just the double push-up catwalk and Modem just trying to take control of the round, supported by OC on that long line, and it's either JT or Sonic up that catwalk area. And once again, it's just Cloud9 getting in the face of Team Liquid.
Yeah, just really punishing them at mid time after time. MOTM again, he's got full control of the bomb now, needs the other troops to make their way through, but Elise just lurks in that smoke, hoping to find the timing. OC goes deep, but will connect, and it's all up to Naf now. 7 HP in a dream, 1v4. It's not looking likely. It's not looking like anything.
Modem just so sharp on that peak as well. 6-0 right now, Team Liquid. Well, they had a bit of attack pause just before, and I dare say it wasn't in relation to what they were going to be doing in the force buy, but more so what they were going to do in the next gun round. So this is where we'll see the fruits of the labor coming into effect. Cloud9, for their own right, haven't really built up that much of an economy that you'd probably expect from a 6-0 scoreline. So Liquid are still in with a shot if they can break that pretty quickly. But it just doesn't look like they're going to get close to winning a round.
They're just reading them perfectly, Cloud9. After going for that middle aggression, you see Liquid, they make the change up. They try to go for that catwalk setup, but Cloud9, they just drop the smoke in middle and go for that totem pole, putting OC over the top of that mid smoke. And he just gets the early pick and punishes Liquid. Cloud9 just one step ahead. That's beautiful calling and continued aggression. Unfortunately, this is the first time that Modem has been punished, and Liquid actually now do get themselves into a 4-on-4 situation. Can they finally mid-round themselves into a T-side round on Dust2 here?
Oh, even hitting that shot as well through the wall. So Naf's down to 3 HP, and Liquid are going to try and walk out through this smoke flashes, clouding their vision, and Floppy's got himself a double. Great hold, perfect utility usage for Cloud9, and just again, Team Liquid, they kind of get demolished.
Yeah, they had an opportunity, had an advantage for a second, and then just went away, just disappeared completely. But again, OC just looking very sharp today on the AWP, and that's when C9 looked most dangerous. 10 kills already in 7 rounds. Stewie looking to scout his way to victory again. OC's just trying to spot his little head. Naf peeking there at double doors is going to be dealt with nicely. JT at the ready for the cover. 2-man setup at mid. Cloud9 just leaving Floppy solo towards the B site. And MOTM very aggressive over towards long. So again, C9 set up to play retake on the A site. And that's if Team Liquid can even get past Sonic here on that secondary AWP. Good flash to force him off the line. Wrap around elbow about to come through. There's a freebie. Bomb goes down. JT drops the molly and finds another as well. So not only buying time, but buying another kill in the round. It's 2-on-4 now on C9. Oh, okay. Stewie on the dig. Has an opportunity, but JT's close with the trade. And that one seemed to not be communicated. C9 almost with 9 on the board. 8-0.
You love to see it. I just wanted to quickly look at this setup that old mates on Cloud9 have been throwing pretty consistently. You see the AWP posted into lower. Second AWP is posted up to top mid there. And you got Mr. Modem up here. And they're both sort of just enabling him to go aggressive by covering all of those angles and going for the pushes. And in the earlier parts of the round, or the half rather, that's what really allowed Cloud9 to start steaming ahead. That aggression and just throwing Liquid off kilter by getting a player in some aggressive positions has really worked nicely for them. And again, JT is just pushing. You can see Cloud9 earlier, they were going for that kind of aggressive mid setup with the AWPs. This time they're changing it up, pushes towards the extremities.
Oh, that's unfortunate for Sonic. Yeah, must have just been peeking around the corner, his elbow or his knee or something.
Yeah, it's one of those like left eye, right eye peek sort of situations.
Just didn't work out for him this time.
The eyes haven't. JT's found himself another frag though. He's really putting in the hard yards this round.
See, OC flashed off the line. That's some great utility coming out from Liquid, but still they don't have a man advantage. Stewie's going to be hunting for it up short now. JT in a dangerous position as the smoke fades. Stewie with a nice one.
That's a sharp flick indeed from Stewie, but they do need to still get into the bomb site, and Floppy has demolished them. He's lost his life though. And it's going to be OC and Twists in a one-on-one. So here's the best chance for Team Liquid that they've had so far.
Stewie didn't have that head armor, unfortunately, so he just gets one beat by the M4. Now Twist putting the bomb down open, but OC's heading around through long side and might catch him off.
Timing's going to be a factor. There is a smoke for Twist, but he's made some noise. OC not quite ready for it, and Twist hit the headshot. Finally, Team Liquid have a round.
Yeah, once one of those rounds starts to get a little bit messier and starts to get in towards the mid-round, then Liquid are able to recover and make something happen. Oh, that is so sharp from JT. You love to see it.
Speaking of sharp.
Ooh, that one was razor sharp. Like my jawline, man.
tooting your own horn, mate.
I love it.
Settle down.
If I don't toot it, no one else will.
Settle down.
Ah, yes. The sneaky top of the PC tower cam.
Just wants to get as much of that hair as possible in the shot.
Yeah.
Good head.
As another fellow hair connoisseur, I will just say, I know the feeling. You want to show it off a little bit. I appreciate it from Twists.
Jordan, you're just going to talk about your individual aesthetics for this whole broadcast?
Sure.
It seems like that's all he's focused on right now, and we're not even on camera. So, you know, kudos to you, Jordan. But there's a game on the screen.
Confidence is sexy, fellas. That's what they tell me.
Okay.
Anyways, Cloud9 are confident
Yeah.
at the moment.
Oh, look at this long contest.
Yeah, straight out. Grimmy's going to be falling as well as a Liege. Twist mollied off, so unable to go for the trade, but it seems like he might try to force it. Another Molotov going to be rotated in, but C9, they've used so much of their utility already. That could be something that Team Liquid could abuse for the rest of the round, but with a two-man disadvantage, it's going to be very hard.
Yeah, I mean, this is the perfect response from Cloud9, you know. You look at this kind of a scoreline, you see it go to 8-0, and then the favorite wins a round, and oftentimes you will see a big comeback off the back of that. But for a team like Cloud9 to staunch that kind of flow, immediately responding with a very solid round win here would be the perfect answer, and that's what they're going to get. Sonic's got himself another kill. It's a 5-on-2. Where do you even go here as Naf and Twist? They're going to have to try and make some individualistic plays, and it's just not going to work.
What I want to know is just how C9 are reading Liquid like a book now off the back of that. You know, they sent, was it 3, 4 over towards A for C9?
Was another perfect read from them. Molotovs on that long take, just all in the perfect positions and Floppy being set up. Everything's going perfectly for Cloud9 right now. They don't seem to be able to get caught off guard. The only times where Liquid are really looking competitive is when the rounds start to get a little bit messy and we get into that mid-round situation into like the XVXs. But Cloud9's not really allowing it to get to that point in the game most of the time because they're just hyper-organized and making the perfect reads all the time. Even in this round, Modem is just pushing up Catwalk and one-tapping people with the M4.
How's that allowed?
Oh,
how's he doing this?
They just keep swinging.
Oh my god.
They just keep swinging.
It's called a swing and a miss in this instance, Pilski.
Oh my god.
MOTM.
Imagine just
going wide.
Just running at like some of the best players in the world, you know, like some of the best players in NA, and you're just like, who are you, bro?
Well, look, going into this, we had a chat to Floppy, and you said, yeah, he seems pretty confident, and it looks like it's MOTM that's really the confident one today. Man is just doing whatever he wants here at short, just making his way to top mid. You never see this. You never see people going for so much mid control on the CT side, not this aggressively.
There's only one way to describe this, Jordan.
Not again. Surely they don't go through the mid doors here, Cloud9. They won't. Had my heart pumping for a second, and Team Liquid, well, they're going to try it, and it's not going to work. OC and JT just locking it down.
Just the perfect setup again. He can't even spam JT through the doors. How has he gotten away with that?
Any whiffers? Stewie trying to make his way up short now.
Oh my lord. This is just insane. There's only one word to describe this, Jordan. Alpha.
Alpha male style from Cloud9, that is for sure.
Floppy's where they buy guns. He's where the T's buy guns.
It seems to be affecting Team Liquid's mentality. They seem to be all over the shop. Not too sure what the comms are like, what the...
Oh, no!
How are they getting away with this?
Pilski, do the thing.
Can't keep getting away with this.
I think we're all thinking it. Let's be real. Right now for Team Liquid, how is this happening? Stewie hits another nice flick, but can't reload the AWP in time to deal with Floppy, and now the scoreline is 11-1. There was that fleeting round of hope for Team Liquid, but in the past couple of rounds, it has just gotten more and more dominant for Cloud9.
It's just Cloud9 is looking sharper. They're making the better reads, and they're also getting a little bit lucky in some of these rounds. Mostly, it's the first two factors with about, you know, a good old 10% from just a couple of fortunate situations where, you know, you could have seen maybe Liquid turn things around, like that mid doors take or something like that, where a couple of those duels look a little bit weird. Again, Sonic's just in a great position. The boost won't spot him out, so they're probably just going to walk out onto the line, and he gets a freebie.
Another opening.
It's just another perfect setup.
Yeah, again. And Naf, he's going to try to work the timing here, just waiting for that smoke to fade, but JT, aware of the potential situation, falls back to pit. Back to greener pastures. Enough, he does manage to get the entry. So, finally, back to a 4-on-4 situation. Sonic going to be isolated on site for now, but MOTM coming in to try and help him. 3 men on short for Liquid, and it looks like they're going to commit to the A split even after the rotations.
Off we go. Team Liquid have their opportunities now. Sonic and MOTM both dropping. For Cloud9, well, this is basically their worst spot so far. A 2-on-4 for the retake. Fairly unlikely, even given the shots that they're hitting. And NAF does a good job of holding it down in mid for Team Liquid. They managed their second round. It's not nearly enough, but at least it's something.
Cloud9 going for that Dust2 pick, which Liquid don't have many reps on in officials, and it seems like they're pretty switched on and are well aware of how to navigate their way through this CT half, which can be perilous at sometimes when you're not front running, when your economy gets a little bit shaky, which it has once or twice for Cloud9, this round being one of them. Here's a chance for Liquid to salvage a incredibly one-sided half back to an 11-4 scoreline. Still not fantastic, but at least it's something.
Oh, can't even get away with that one. OC at the ready. And that's going to be a man advantage again. Team Liquid, at least with long control, let's see if they can brute force their way up. But C9, 3 men here ready to fight. JT flashes his way onto A ramp, just waiting for this aggression. Twist very far away from Stewie, so the trade won't come through. That's going to be another freebie. Elige has to try to fight back for this one. 2 already, but Sonic over the top is looking good. And Team Liquid, again, just going to drop another round. The spacing just all over the place. I don't know what's going on with them right now.
12-2. Great work from Cloud9 on the CT side of Dust2. And I guess we're getting a bit of an insight as to why they've opted to choose this map instead of Overpass. Because it's looking phenomenal for Cloud9 at the moment. 1 round left in the half. And Liquid hoping to get to 3. It's not a pretty picture to paint, but long control is the name of the game again, and this has been quite solid for Cloud9 so far. There's an opener for them. Okay. Twists is fully flashed. It's messy in the end from MOTM, but Floppy hangs on to a double kill. Naf ran out of bullets, I think, before running around that corner, but in the end he's helped out by Elige. And it's 2-on-2, so look, Liquid have achieved what they set out to do in terms of taking control of long. But they've still got more work to put in.
There's a cross smoke thrown out by Naf.
With JT putting in a bit of work in terms of the mileage all the way into backyard now. And he's certainly heard this one coming across, but Elige cross there almost at the ready. JT wins the engagement and continues on forward. Naf surely able to trade. Now it's back to the one-on-one. OC, though, at mid doors. He spotted it, but a nice shot to close out the half as Team Liquid managed to snag a 3rd. But that's a 9-round lead at the moment for C9. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in a second after the halftime break.
Yeah. Hey, push start, hey. Ball so hard, hey. Raise the bar, hey. Turn into a star, hey. Play my part, yeah. I ain't too far. I do it big. I keep it large, okay. Live it up. This is fake, better give it up. Young, but I feel like I've seen enough. Numbers going up, better keep it up. Ain't slowing down, better live it up. About too hard, ayy. What about too hard? Ayy, what about too hard? Ayy, about too hard, yeah. I'm killing your favorite rappers, minimum effort. Yeah, your corpse getting severed. The industry dry as a desert. Do whatever it is that you think that you're doing, I'm doing it better. Straight W's, that's my letter. Don't got no snakes, only ladders, ayy. They tryna figure out what's on our plate. Infinity sideways, we already ate. Skipping this basic, skipping this class, to stay out of trouble, now I can relate. Nevertheless, I'm doing great. I just finished this thing, ain't no debate. You ain't my dog, you ain't my family, and sure as hell, you're not my mate. Yeah, I take my place at the summit. I can't wait till we counting them hundreds. I cannot lie, I ain't rich, yeah, but when I say my time coming, it's coming. And some of y'all got ahead of me, to be honest, I wasn't even running. But very soon I'ma run it. I demand it, man, I want it. Push start, ayy. Ball so hard, ayy. Raise the bar, ayy. Turn into a star, ayy. Play my part, yeah. I ain't too far. I do it big. I keep it large, okay. Live it up. This is fake, better give it up. Young, but I feel like I've seen enough. Numbers going up, better keep it up. Ain't slowing down, better live it up. About too hard, ayy. What about too hard? Ayy. What about too hard? Ayy. About too hard, ayy. They not gon' like this, don't like surprises. I cause a crisis, man, I'm a scientist. With the music I spice things, up to my liking. Man, I want nice things, nice things. This not an AK, it's a Uzi. I pull up and shoot it to movie. I'm chasing the bag, not a coochie. Cut ties with the fake, now it's Gucci. Word of my niggas from the 021. You count 6 shots and I count 2 guns. Some people still think I rap just for fun, but soon they look up to me just like the sun. Yeah, you can come over here. So it's like no career.
12-3 is the scoreline, and Cloud9 are off to a banger at the moment in this series against Team Liquid. GGBet odds do shift a little bit back in their direction, and to be honest, fellas, I am not really seeing that much squid spam in the chat, so that might be what's letting Team Liquid down. I don't know if it's their fault. It probably seems to be Twitch's fault, and it usually is. So 12-3 at the moment. We'll see if maybe some of that squid spam can get Liquid back on the horse. But they move on to the CT side, and they desperately need this pistol.
What was that?
That was the weirdest.
Three people from each team just spamming down mid doors, and no one dies. And Stewie, he's had enough of it. He just goes to peaks catwalk, gets that quick one tap, which puts Liquid at a man advantage here.
Re-aggressing though as the aggression comes back, so at least gets another. Elige as well manages to snag one over towards long. So Sonic and MOTM both going to be making their way up short, but they are heard. Team Liquid 3 at mid. The flash is coming through, and so RC9 there at doors. MOTM only able to get the single trade as Naf holds strong. That's going to be 2 for Naf and 4 on the board for Liquid. This is where they can get back in the game off the back of the pistol win.
Definitely doesn't look like it's going to be a quick and easy win for Cloud9 today. You're exactly right, Matt. Team Liquid are trying to muddy the waters a little bit, make it a bit dirtier here on Dust2. Working hard, even despite the fairly inopportune scoreline.
Force buy-in from Cloud9. Handful of pistol armor, handful of util. Got that MAC-10 underarm smoke onto the doors to allow Sonic to get up catwalk, while the rest of Cloud9 are grouped up toward tunnel here. Grim and Stewie don't have a Molotov, just a couple counter flashes. So if this execute comes in from Cloud9, might catch them off guard a little.
All right, B-Rush coming through the smokes now, wrapping around, and Grim able to get a single traded through for Sonic as they do manage to force their way onto site. So 2 for 2 should favour C9 given the situation. There are a few flashes for Team Liquid though to get back into sight.
Late resmoke for the doors, though, is going to cost Liquid time on this retake. Gun was retrievable for Floppy, and by the looks of things, this incendiary isn't going to be put to much use. Lands in the plat, but unfortunately there's no one there. OC right under the window, and wow. If you've ever seen a retake disappear quicker than that, I don't know what to say about that.
It's a cool little execute for Cloud9. Triple smoke out the front of tunnels, as well as the smoke onto the doors. Handful of flashes over the top to get him into that B bomb site. And with what Team Liquid was working with that round, it was quite hard for them to hold. No Molotov to stop the push in its tracks. Stewie, at the time, that the execute does come in was kind of towards that middle area, so a little out of position, and Grim trying to deal with 5 pistoling players running at him. Bunch of flashes with only an MP9 and no util. Difficult situation. Now the force buy from Liquid.
Oh, and that should be a freebie. MOTM going to be trying to put his head down, but it's going to be Twist taking all the heads now. OC going to be stuck towards green box, tries to fight his way out. JT's Molly burns Elise alive, and now this is a chance for C9 to get back into the round. But Liquid, what have they got for us here? 2 towards B, just looking to hedge their bets. Deciding to go for the retake A. Naf regressing long just to get some extra map control. But C9 just holding their ground for now.
Make their way up catwalk. Still have a lot of utility, C9 here, whereas Liquid, they don't have any, they don't have a kit. So the double push through uppers from Liquid, kind of confirming that this isn't a push towards the big site, and every extra second that Cloud9 take to get the bomb down and get into a good pose plant, Liquid will find themselves in some more favourable positions.
Well, there's the info. He continues to peak, really can't afford to be dying right now, but Floppy's not hitting any shots, and Naf certainly is. Somehow Floppy's down to 6 HP. Here comes the molly in onto the site. That's the one piece of utility that Liquid did have, apart from this flash that Stewie now picked up. Hasn't connected onto Floppy or OC, and Naf, oh, he's hit the head. That's exactly what he needed to do. Team Liquid will survive another round.
All right, he's firing up. He's hitting them eventually. The long-range ones, you know, just chipping away. Got enough damage that it was easy for the short players, and then boom, headshot straight off.
Bang.
Hits him with that. Bang!
Headshot, bang!
That's the one.
No one's gonna get that. That's an inside choke, Jordan.
What?
The headshot bang.
See, Mac doesn't even get it.
Yeah, Mac doesn't even get it. Must be just me, a news thing, Jordan.
Yeah, that's okay.
Are you talking about Voltinator?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he does get it.
There you go.
Bang! He gets it.
It's my boy.
Absolute champion. Loves a bit of onomatopoeia.
What does that word mean? It's a big word, Mac.
That's going to be a bit of an exy for C9 over towards the B site. Not with a full commit just yet. Looking to get some ramp control. Smoking off CT now. It's going to be Grim and Stewie trying to hold here. Grim behind the double box. It's going to be 1-for-1, and that actually ends up favouring C9. So again, they find that B site off the back of a lackluster buy. But Team Liquid have some util to get back in again.
Forced by madness if Cloud9 wins this one. As you say, Liquid have the util available to make this retake happen, but their last retake didn't work very well. And post plants are looking pretty good for Cloud9 with a player up there in tunnel. This time though, JT drops early, but MOTM finds himself a double, and I wonder if Sonic can finish it off. Unfortunately for Cloud9, he can't, and Liquid will put 2 rounds together.
Winning a lot of clutches, all these 1v1s going the way of Liquid, you know, it's not convincing. Haven't seen them win a very, very convincing round yet, whereas I've seen Cloud9 win a handful. However, you know, these kind of clutch rounds are what could give Liquid that fire and that momentum to actually start picking up the pace here on the CT side and start getting some more convincing rounds across.
Yep.
Well, that's it. They've already started to hit their stride now. A couple of sharp shots coming out from the individuals you expect to perform before it is too late as well. C9 only need 3 here on the T side to close out map number 1. The Team Liquid need 10 more. But for now, so far so good on the defense. C9 grouping up at mid, make that short, as we do see the reroute. Elige with the offline. Naf may be able to spot this in a moment, but so far not too much sound has been made. Flash comes through, Naf able to take contact. There's going to be the first Elige, just waiting for the perfect moment to swing. Waiting for that flash to come through. It's 2 easy ones.
Oy.
And another. That's pretty much the round now. OC can't find a head. Clean one. Team Liquid 5 alive on the anti-eco.
Very nice. Team Liquid starting to make a bit of a comeback happen here on Dust2. And looking a lot more comfortable on the CT side as well. So Cloud9 might make life a bit more difficult if they can win a round or 2 here. Really put that scoreline pressure on. But at the moment, I don't think that 13-7 is a particularly foreboding scoreline for Liquid. It's obviously not ideal. Let's not beat around the bush, but it's 14 or 15 where you start to get in your own head and think, okay, well, if we make one more mistake, this map might be over. We're not there yet. So Liquid have a few chances to play with.
Long control for C9. Now starting to throw those cross smokes out and make their way across to the A site.
Yeah, that molly going to be thrown a little bit too late. Elige will fall, and that's going to be an advantage again for C9. Solid control of long. Bomb's going to be able to be planted open, but oh, it's not actually up on site yet. So Naf comes in and denies the cover. JT spotted over towards Goose. It's the two-man swing. Is actually floppy just to find it through the edge of the smoke. It has to plant safe now, so long control not going to be too much of a factor. Molly onto site, forces Floppy back to A ramp, but still JT, they know that he's over towards Goose.
That's still not going to be ideal for Liquid because they're running straight into a crossfire now. Twist does hit a good shot, but he's going to need a couple more good ones, and the USP comes out, desperation. But no such desperation for Cloud9 as they find their 14th round and they creep one step closer to finishing the map off.
Yeah, Liquid still with a bit of loss bonus. I'm going to buy up here and try to fight for the map. Cloud9 with yet another great gun round.
Stu playing close towards the mid doors. Just Grim solo towards B, but C9 sending it through lower duck. So Stu should hear everything coming this direction. Elige from short as well, able to try and take some contact. Stu tries to read that through the smoke, gets some free damage, but unable to convert the kill on to JT for now. Twist just waiting for the perfect moment to throw this nade. There it is, misses the mark though. Re-aggression from Team Liquid over towards long. And that boosted up. Nice vantage point. Gets the body tag with that scout, so that should have some influence for the rest of the round.
Yeah, what did Cloud9 do now? They've got this catwalk control. They've got Floppy who can come through on the late lurk in towards long. Handful of utility for them. They definitely have enough to throw a catwalk execute out. Elige ready with the counter flash. There's the progression smoke out from Cloud9, but they're not committing yet. Trying to see if they can force out some utility usage or a push from Liquid. Now the bomb's starting to reroute into upper dark. Looks like a mid to B for C9.
Really running that clock down though. 30 seconds. It's going to have to be perfect play into the B bomb site. Here comes the counter utility from Team Liquid. Smoke goes down. So too does Floppy. The entry comes out for Cloud9, but it's not a great one at all. They've walked into the blender. Stewie! Can't quite hang on because he's run out of bullets. The USP wasn't pulled out in time, but this is still bad for Cloud9. Bomb plan's going to go down. OC needs to win this duel and doesn't. Sonic in the one-on-one. Has to do it by himself. Throws a molly into the window. Knows Twist will come from the doors, but allows him out. It's AK versus UMP.
Oh, I think he's just got the timing.
Sonic just doesn't realize this. This could even be the knife. No, Twists. Making sure that round is locked down. Everyone's so important, you just can't risk it sometimes.
That extra cash would have been pretty helpful for Liquid, but a bit too risky in this instance for them, who definitely need these rounds on the board. But to go down to another one-on-one means that that money is going to be pretty low for Liquid again.
Man, a lot of these Liquid rounds are just 1v1 clutches or XVXs right after the mid-rounds happened, whereas Cloud9 winning a lot more convincing rounds a lot of the time. Definitely looking like the better team in the server, at least for the time being.
Twist needs to untangle that headset ASAP. Right now.
You would tangle headset hater.
I just couldn't do it. Anyway, lots of flashes utilised towards long. C9 with a much more aggressive approach on the pistols, but Team Liquid create the distance, create that space, and look to hold from sight instead.
This should be the freebie for Liquid that allows them to build the money up. So far, they're going about that pretty comfortably. Twists will wait for a push onto short, but nice shot, OC. Gives Cloud9 at least a pick. But an irretrievable gun for them, so no extra real assistance in winning the round.
This timing might almost work out. So Elish back into pit. I don't think he's been hurt, but Cloud9 going to be going through that dangerously small choke point at long, and Elish may just be able to mop him up. 2 already, knows the 3rd is there as well. And that should be the round already won for Liquid. Bang.
Bang. 14-9. The distance between these scores is slowly shrinking. It was a 12-3 first half, so that in itself sort of speaks for something. The difficulty when things get this close for one team is that the other can't really afford to make any single mistake. Liquid really, they drop around, puts it onto map point for Cloud9, and it's a good start, but a better trade from Stewie, and it's back to the 4-on-4, forcing Cloud9 away from long, and they've elected to just go straight up short instead.
Yeah, no one here to deal with that yet for Liquid. Just Liege on the site, who's got some delaying utility that he can use. While Stewie sizes up this long area, you see him push straight into that long smoke as it fades. As he is closer to the smoke, it will favour favourably for him than AT. And he gets a lot of info pushing through Long Hut now onto the flank of Cloud9. Elish just needs to delay.
Yeah, and Team Liquid, pretty good position to go for the retake as Elish falls. So now C9, man, advantage on the T side is dangerous.
Oh!
Stewie fast flank, 2 quick ones, Floppy and OC down. MOTM needs to try to hold here, but the smoke's starting to fade. Stewie just going to be sending himself straight in. He has Naf coming up onto site to trying to get the jump in. Orpshaw's not going to be able to connect. JT headshot on the Grim. Stewie goes down, it's up to Naf, hits the first one, 1 HP, and he's hoping for it, praying for it. Is he going to be able to find JT, who's so bloody low?
Get that pistol out, son! Oh, it doesn't matter. The AWP is fine. If you can hit the shots, and 14-10 will be the scoreline. Too close for comfort, though, for Liquid.
Yeah, another clutch, another close round that comes down to 1 man alive, and Liquid continue on this streak despite their economy being so shaky. They're still staying alive here, still pushing into the double digits. So much skill on this roster, you can always back someone in a clutch. They're getting so many of them across the line. Potentially some pressure now mounting on Cloud9 as they go into this tack pause. I just wanted to quickly look at this round. I really like this exi from Cloud9 on the B site in the second round of this half. Was quite a while ago. But they're going to chuck down a smoke on towards the doors, as well as a dribble smoke here, and get in the face of Grim and Stewie. And I just want to show you the layering of the flashes and how on point they were. You see the execute come in here. Smoke onto the doors as well as the dribble smoke. And just look at the flash layering. I'm going to go first person POV on Grim, who's going to try and fight here. He's going to get full white. Stewie runs through. He gets full white as well. So there's literally nothing they can do. They have lackluster weaponry. They have FAMASes and an MP9. They have no utility to delay. And Cloud9 just gets in there with this execute. They might even be setting up to do it again in this round. They've gone for the pistol armor.
Maybe Liquid will have an adaptation to make.
They're faking it, I think. They're throwing that utility, trying to bait out the utility from the CT side, and in the meanwhile, they're slipping out middle. Yeah,
plenty of util used by Cloud9 though. Liquid going to be stuck here, isolated the B site straight through Elish. He's actually flashed himself in. That's going to be 1 for him, 1 for Grim, and still the B site has been found. Elish just trying to stop that bomb plant going down before the rotations can come through. They know that OC was very far away now, trying to make their way back in. It's going to be Sonic on very low HP to try and clutch it. M4 retrieved, head spotted, but not able to be connected on, and there it is. Quick retake coming up from Liquid. Denying that bomb plant, denying the extra money in the bank for C9, and acquiring yet another round in this big comeback.
Yeah, like we saw that variation on that B hit being thrown in a gun round earlier by Cloud9, that mid to B. And again, with the pistol buys, Cloud9 just gets so much value out of them. The pistol armor with utility, they can make these rounds look so competitive and so difficult for Liquid to win. And you can see the toll that's taken on Liquid's economy. They're in just the singular AWP now on NAF, but they have no cash to fall back on. And Cloud9, if they break their money, they're going to be giving themselves match points. So every single one of these rounds that comes down to these 1v1 clutches that gets close because of the pistols, Cloud9 put them in a better and better position to just get into that reaching point. Put Liquid on the breaking point, right on match point. But the question is, can they actually win that critical round and take advantage of this money situation?
Definitely hanging in the balance. Still Cloud9 favored. They've got a few more chances than Liquid does. But they've only won 2 rounds in the second half so far. And Liquid have 8. You do the math, Mac.
Yes.
80%.
80%. Yep, that's what I was going to say. Right, Mac?
I didn't hear the question. So, you know, screw you, Jordan.
You get an F.
I stopped listening to you when all you were talking about was your damn hair. Okay.
I stopped listening to Jordan in 2017.
You don't even get a grade, Pilsky. You're just expelled.
That's rough.
Oh, one-man advantage here for Cloud9. A bit more pressure on Liquid to recover from this 4-on-5. Cloud9 now throwing this execute towards the A site. Now repositions and can't connect. So they will get the site, Cloud9.
Oh, missed opportunity. That should have been an absolute sitter for Floppy. OC, though, may be able to continue to control short. Smoke goes down, him and JT look to fight together here. Grim pops out weaponry, Molly into the corner, and JT.
If only he knew how close he was to getting that kill. That was the one that Liquid needed to actually make this retake possible. But without a pick, they've elected to save. So they're going to give overtime at least to Cloud9 here on Dust2.
3 guns alive. Not a huge amount of money in the bank for C9, so I don't know if they're going to bother trying to go for the hunt here. Looks like they're just going to try to save here on short. JT falls. That's at least some info now, but as you can see, C9 not interested. Gentleman's agreement, 6 alive at the end. And C9, 1 round away from closing out the first map of the series.
Be a big win for Cloud9, but some of that shine has been taken off of it by the proceedings in the second half. Liquid have done a good job of at least staunching that momentum for C9.
Liquid getting a buy on the board. Not ideal. Molotov thrown out there by Stewie.
High pressure.
Deagle and an MP9 for Liquid. Leech has already gone down on Catwalk there very quickly from yet another nice boost from Cloud9. You've seen that used by them a couple of rounds in a row now and finally gets Modem a pick there. So yet another man advantage for Cloud9 here. Liquid, the pressure mounts for them. They're going to have to find a way to respond.
Twist has an MP9 holding close by the bedroom doors, and so that can always have a bit of an impact. Solo on the B site is Grim, and the boost into mid. It's looking like a very stretched defense right now for Liquid.
Oh, this mid to B. If this is a mid to B here from Cloud9, this could be a good setup.
And Stu with that AK as well.
Grim's basically going to have to multi-frag to make it happen, though. That's the thing. And it is just Floppy throwing that mid to B smoke out and then lurking in towards middle there. I don't think he's going to be forcing with the rest of the team through mid to B. It is just that play towards the B site. So really it's just down to how many kills can Grim get himself and how effectively does he use his counter flashes here. He's got 2 of them.
Oh, and he's going to be blinded for the moment. Solid off angle to at least get some multi. He's unable to get 2 though. Big trade coming through for OC, and this could just be all she wrote.
That's more than enough for Cloud9, particularly with the pick that Floppy finds. Twist trying to rotate through mid. It's now on to Naf and Stewie to salvage the hopes and dreams of Liquid here on Dust2. Stewie down, so is Naf, and that is the map. Cloud9 pick it up 16-11. A phenomenal first half, and they hang on in the end.